like Clique is one of those episodes that showcases the type of character that Chloe is, and truth be told, the fact that we don't get any continuation when it comes to the events of this episode is really disappointing, because there are possibilities to make episodes centering around Chloe when it comes to her life in college, but since we only get episodes that are centered around her facing off one of her students, which is in season 4, and with some occasions it's just mainly her hanging out with the Bells, which, in all fairness, is not an issue. There's still potential into making more episodes centering around her. With the focus of the episode where the Bells are trying to help out Chloe make friends in college, but at the same time, she's still too long at making friends that are way more older than her. They took matters into their own hands by throwing a mature college party, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the second episode that focuses on Chloe, and truth be told, with the Bells witnessing her type of life a little bit more when it comes to her going to college despite being long, really showcases that that her character is a lot more explored in this compared to her debut episode. While the Bells, mainly Grizz, can express themselves more in public, Chloe isn't. If she never skipped any grades, I'm pretty sure that the people that she would have made in her school when it comes to the kids at her age, she wouldn't be able to make an expression whatsoever. It's kind of really depressing to think that if we had more episodes centering around Chloe, especially her life in general, it would showcase the type of character that she is and the fact that she is probably the best friend that the Bells have ever had. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. With this episode being the introduction of Chloe's parents as well, truth be told, the fact that they're the type of parents who support Chloe and the fact that they're pleased that she made friends with the Bells, honestly, what other parents would be down to earth in order to show some respect towards the Bells? Because truth be told, it's not really possible. When it comes to the college party, or in this case, mature college party that the Bells tried to put together, truth be told, it wasn't a disaster. It's just that they need to find a bigger solution in order to give Chloe more friends. But even though if it means on sacrificing his friendship with Chloe, it's honestly for the best. But at the same time, that really gives this episode more of a reason onto why that Chloe is one of the best friends involving the Bells than basically everyone else. I will admit though that upon watching the show, I never focused on Chloe a lot. Granted, I do watched a lot of episodes centering around her, but the more you think about it, you realize that Chloe is a lot more special towards the Bells, to where it's impossible that another character would be over Chloe's level, as in mainly the friendship levels that she has towards the Bells. Truthfully, they would beat her when it comes to height, when it comes to level, but at the same time when it comes to friendship, it kind of shows that small can still be bigger in some aspects. And since the first friend that she made is Amy, honestly, there's a reason onto why I made Amy the lost sister of Carla in my Canadian Freedom or Hibernation Heartsick fanfic involving Rebel Bells, because truth be told, even though that I always go through multiple characters when it comes to the fanfics that I'm doing right now, mainly from Steven Universe, Clique the Creek, and Rebel Bells, you have to admit that when you have characters like Amy, you could do a lot more exploring when it comes to Chloe's development, but at the same time you could also explore their characters. Granted, I understand that once in a while the characters would have more exploring, like the introduction of Lucy's brother in season 3, and the fact that the development involving Ranger Tapes and Charlie is supposed to be impactful when it comes to the two being different, and they only focused on those so that they can make most of the episodes comedic and episodic. But at the same time, they can also make episodic scenarios when it comes to having these characters while also exploring them a lot more. Granted, it wasn't really the case when it comes to Chloe's family in Cousin John, well, he pranks the Bales and Chloe, but that's a different topic, judging of how it's one of the least best episodes of the entire series. The ending of the episode, while Chloe decides to hang out with the Bales, honestly, she's still too alone when it comes to having friends that are way more older, and truth be told, if she ends up becoming their age and still be friends with the Bales, honestly, that's a really hard choice, because she still has a childhood. She didn't skip on it. She didn't skip out on it. So, if there's one thing that the Bales mostly did wrong when it comes to the mature college party, is the fact that they didn't even realize that the other people around them only think about what they really wanted in the party, mainly partying like crazy, even though that Grizz thinks otherwise, and mostly the pizza, which is mostly for free. And they are probably not interested in Chloe whatsoever, so even though that the humans in this show aren't really the best, in this episode they're not really bad whatsoever. With all that being said, this is one of my favorite episodes, and I'm actually looking forward to reviewing more Chloe episodes. Granted, there's not a lot since I did talk about them in the past, but reviewing the rest is honestly the reward that counts. I'm giving this episode an 8.75 out of 10.